104.5 Sway in the morning, man. It's a Good Friday. They say it's Good Friday, Heather B.
It is a Good Friday.
I know. Do you know what Good Friday means?
I was raised Catholic, Sway. Catholicism runs heavy in my family, obviously.
Okay. Can you break that down for us?
Well, for those people that follow Catholicism or not familiar, what it is a recognition of the day allegedly that Christ was crucified. Yesterday was considered Holy Thursday, where he had his Last Supper and his meal with his disciples, apostles, and ultimately was betrayed. It wasn't by surprise. He knew, he foresaw who was going to do it. And then obviously today was the day of the crucifixion. And then Sunday, as I say, 3 days later, it was the alleged resurrection. I say alleged and all because no one actually knows the days. I don't believe, it's now been commercialized. You have Easter, you have eggs, you have bunny rabbits, you have artificial grass, you have a lot of these things. However, but being raised Catholic, these are the things that the days that are recognized.
Thank you, Heather B. Thank you, Heather B.
I would have never knew she knew that as a Heather B fan all my life. As hard as Heather B
A lot of layers
is.
to me.
I appreciate that.
Styles P, ladies and gentlemen. He needs no introduction.
What up, y'all?
Yeah, today I just invited a bunch of my friends up to come hang out and chop it. Prince Hill was the only one I was going to put in the hot seat.
Love it.
Yeah, because he's a new artist. And some people ask me, what do you read, Sway? Can you give me some advice? What should I be reading? What books or anything, passages or whatever? I tell them, you should read Talib Kweli's Timeline.
Oh, it's a book.
It's a book.
It's definitely a book.
If you read it every day, you're going to learn some world history.
Right.
You're going to hear some transparency and see some transparency in a way you never probably realized. He's going to make you look in the mirror. He's going to challenge your intellect.
I did not know I did all that.
That's what you
Take
do.
it a step further, you can go to qualityclub.com and click on Nkiru Books, and you can actually buy a book from myself. I sell books at qualityclub.com, all types of subject matters and everything, you know what I'm saying?
What do you read right now?
Oh, man, right now, I'm reading, what am I reading right now? Nothing. I'm reading blogs.
Okay.
I'm on a promo run for the album, so I haven't. You know what I'm saying? The last book I read. Was Octavia Butler. I reread Octavia Butler, Kindred.
Okay, and you reread it.
Reread because I read it back in the days when I was working at Nkiru, but we just got some new Octavia Butler in, so I was getting into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Styles, you reading anything?
The Prophet again. Rereading the Prophet.
Rereading the Prophet.
We at the age, the reread age.
Yeah. I just picked up. It was a book called The Browder's File. You familiar with that?
Yeah, Anthony T. Browder.
Yeah, well, he took it way further than I would have. But I just re-picked that up too.
Somebody gave me this. I got to start getting into it. Warrior of the Light.
See, that's my favorite author right there.
Yeah.
Paulo Coelho. Follow him on Twitter. As well. You learn a lot from his feed as well.
He did The Alchemist.
Yeah, so when I finish Prophet rereading that, then I'm going to bust this down.
You're going to go to do that route.
That's a good one right there. Warrior of the Light.
People would know that, as Styles P said, man, I didn't know Heather B, got that kind of religious history in her. People didn't think that Styles P would be so health conscious, initially,
right.
And now we can have conversations about turmeric or tiger bone or root or anything. I like that about, that's where the culture always been, but that's not how it's always been viewed, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's, I think it's on us to say what we doing with the culture and where we pushing it.
Yeah.
Like, I think hip-hop often lets the outsiders say what we doing and how we doing it. Like, actually what you was just talking about with Talib last night, I said, I really respect and admire that because if Malcolm and Martin was here, they would have had to do that same exact thing. They would have had to be on Twitter that's living it. Like, you understand what I'm saying? That's breathing it to say, all right, this ain't just for the camera. This ain't when the camera's on. This ain't for when people looking at me. This is when, before I shit, shower, eat. This is, like, he's fighting the fight on the new front line. This is the new line. This is social media. This is Instagram, Twitter, blogs, this and that. So, and like he said, the racists are trolls. They out there, so who gonna fight them? You can't just ignore things. And like, as far as the food, same thing. Like, we can't say, because we from the hood and we from a certain background, that it's not gangster to be healthy. That's the stupidest shit.
Yeah,
The stupidest shit. The smart shit is if you're a gangster, you really kind of want to be healthy, so you kind of switch your conscience up. And then, that shit don't really work with people all the time, like coming from a smart point of view. So sometimes you get like a real, we from the hood, so you get hood niggas sometimes. So you got to tell a nigga like, you want to talk the shit to me, dog, and you eating McDonald's and fried chicken and ribs and all that shit, and we in a state now it's fucked up. If something blow up and you at the bridge and you got to get out your car and walk, you fucked. You fucked. If you can't walk 10 miles and you don't know your limitations, or can I walk 2 miles, 4 miles, 5? Right. Am I able to jog? Can I breathe? How's my son gonna look at me if I'm hungry first, if I can't eat in days? Like, there's certain shit you got to say, and that's gangster. Like, you got to be prepared. Ain't nobody in jail going, I ain't working out, and I ain't eating healthy, and I ain't reading. Motherfuckers in jail is working out, trying to eat the best they could with what they have and reading. So who are we outside to say, nah, I'm gangster, so I ain't gonna eat healthy, I ain't gonna read, I don't want to seem too smart. Nah, be as smart as you can, be as bright as you can, and don't let nobody tell you how to be. Like, in hip-hop, we got to control this shit because it's gotten out of hand to where people think you can't be healthy if you're a gangster, which is fucking retarded.
That's ridiculous.
It's fucking retarded.
Yeah, I think too. Also, and that's why I appreciate Styles P, and then also why I appreciate Kweli is, a lot of folks aren't aware of what's going on in the world today, like outside of their block, or rather, let alone their city, state, or country. And your political consciousness, I think, I don't know, unbeknownst to you, or perhaps you realize it, you're kind of bringing people inside. They don't want to watch Fox News, or they don't want to watch CNN or MSNBC. So reading your timeline and comments that you make, I think you're keeping people abreast of what's going on and decisions that are going to be made that is going to affect their country. It's been the first 100. It's not even the first 100 days of the new administration. And just recently we saw the bombing of Syria. We've seen in Afghanistan and the things we don't see. What is your take on things right now? What should we be concerned about?
I think it's interesting that North Korea called us gangsters this morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's very accurate. United States is going around the world being gangsters, whether it's Obama or Trump or whatever. Like, United States has always had, 10 toes deep in some gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think the thing that we need to be most aware of now, though, is we have a generation of people who are getting knowledge from the internet, getting knowledge and information, news from Google and Wikipedia and YouTube, watching YouTube videos or presenting YouTube videos. Here's my take on something. I watched this YouTube video by some rando account. I don't even know who this person is, what their credentials is, but I'm taking their word as fact. And people are not using peer-reviewed sources. They're not using empirical evidence, empirical data. I'm not 5%, but I grew up in 5%. For 5% of communities. And you had to be right and exact. And if your facts you couldn't back up and defend your point, you would have some notches taken down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'd be taking down some notches. So now we have people who look at blogs, which are opinion blogs, and things like Breitbart.com and InfoWars, where they take facts, statistics, and data, but they give you their spin. They give you their interpretation of the facts, and then they tell you their interpretation is correct. So a lot of these things, is white supremacist. A lot of them, when you see in the news, when they talk about these Russian trolls and these bots, this fake news and this fake information, Russia has always been very good at the information propaganda game. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so is United States. This is not to excuse the United States, but what happened in this election in particular, United States people, we so stupid. You know what I'm saying? That we don't, we even in the hip hop world, even in our daily lives, we take hearsay and opinion as fact, and we operate emotionally, we respond and react emotionally to them, and we don't research and review and check anything. So now you have people out there making decisions. The reason why, when you speak about Trump, the reason why Trump is even able to come to power, he came to power on a racist lie. He came to power on Obama's not born here. He was the most famous celebrity birther in the world. His political power comes from him being a famous rich white man saying Obama wasn't born here. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason they even gave him power. They didn't care that he wasn't a real Republican or grabs pussies or a conservative. They didn't care about none of that. They didn't care that he flip-flops on every subject. They didn't care. As long as he said that nigga wasn't born here, they was willing to vote him into office. And it's just based on the fact that people are not... journalists. You know, I'm reading the New York Post, not New York Post, New York Times, Washington Post. These are corporations. These are biased, but these corporations employ investigative journalism. They employ investigative journalists. So when you see the news and they say the New York Times reports, that's them saying this is where we get our facts from. But we don't read newspapers no more. So there's no funding for that. There's no budget. Newspapers are not funded anymore. So there's no one paying for us to find out, to see the facts. So we just going on opinion. Donald Trump gets up in the morning, he sees InfoWars said that Obama tapped his phone. He says it and Fox News picks it up and now it's a fact. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, that's really, as someone who's about information, that's the most dangerous thing. If we can't even say that, if our sources are not peer reviewed, if we're not operating off of science of facts and data, we just having emotional discussions, and that's how war starts.
Yeah, that's how war starts. Talib Kweli, Styles P, ladies and gentlemen. Hey man, if you got a chance to sit with Trump, what would you say to him?
They wouldn't let me do that.
They wouldn't let you do it?
They wouldn't let me. That first question would be a problem. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would be about accountability. I would have ask him why did he say that he feels like all blacks are lazy?
Yeah.
I would ask him, you know, why was his father in the KKK? I would ask him, there's a lot of things I would ask him.
Yeah, you wouldn't make.
I wouldn't get past.
He's not getting that. Don't worry about it.
Yo, Styles, where's Kweli? I haven't seen him. He's at the Trump Tower. I haven't seen him in a minute. Don't you got a show tonight? You know what I mean? Like, man,
that's hilarious.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
You guys came together and put together this project called The Seven.
The Seven.
Yeah.
What's the significance of
Bars
that
is
title?
back.
Bars is back.
You know.
What's the significance of the title?
Well, 7 joints.
Okay.
7 songs.
Okay.
It's righteous.
Okay.
7 is the divine number in numerology. It's righteous. It's righteous.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything that 7 is.
It was meant to be 7.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was meant to be 7 because we did a hell of a job on blending, and we're in the times where I think, like, you know, what the hip hop we came up in, most of the people in this room of our things have had a balance of knowledge and street blended together.
Yeah.
Now we in a time of hip hop where everything kind of separates. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's mandatory that a man like Kweli and a man like myself have to join forces and recognize our powers and put it together as a people, because the conversation y'all just had, the conversation we just finished mentioning, like, this country is gonna be fucked and it's gonna go to a shithole, because one, you can't, until you repair the first problem, you can't get to the next one. Like, we in a racist country, we in racist times, we in a like I say, like, every day, like, it's up to white people now to handle Trump. It's out of our hands. Like, to be serious, like, now's the time to say, all right, you know, racism came, sneak racism came, blatant racism came. We, you know, all the racisms we could deal with. You voted him in. You know, you had a black president. A lot of people was bitter about it and all of that. Whatever. You voted someone in. You know, black people voted him in too. Yeah. Some Spanish people, whoever voted him in. Y'all made a fucked up move. But it's on rich and powerful and strong, sensible white people to finally say, hey, you know, because often people think, like, white privilege is just the person who abuses their power. White privilege is also the white person who's sitting there and not saying shit.
Exactly right.
Using the power and, like, know it's a fucked up situation.
Right. Benefit from it.
Benefit from it, but not do anything about it. Like, we're in the times now, it's up to white people to be I tell everybody white I know, and I hope everybody white listening understands. Because it's as a people, because we all are human at the end of the day. Yeah. You know what I mean? But you got to say at some point, this is fucking crazy, and admit it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you watch TVs. I not to be funny, I was watching, I think, what the fuck I was watching the other day? King Kong, Skull Island.
The movie.
The movie. I was watching Skull Island. I was watching Skull Island and go, yo, they even put shit in the movies. I don't know how white people don't recognize the shit they do. Yeah. Like, everybody else, we go somewhere, you cohabitat. Like, I meet you, I come to your land, we gotta work together. White people, to take over. They take over, take the most money. Y'all got all of that. Like, the world's changing, the country's changing. It's gonna be mostly brown in a couple more years. Let's just all go with the flow. Like, go with the flow, but don't get it destroyed trying to keep the white power and destroy the whole world. Because once you get rid of us, it's gonna be fucked anyway. It ain't gonna be no good dancing, no music, no souls, no sports, no spices, no energy, no laughing, no beauty,
no cocoa
nature,
butter, no shea butter,
no incense, no, you know, like we soul, man. You don't want to kill the soul.
No, that's some.
You want to kill a soul in the earth?
No, you don't want to do that, man.
You want to kill a soul in the earth, man? Because you know, I think it becomes because you know, black people, we want the money, and it's on us as black people too to get that message out. All right, we ain't the richest, we ain't the 1%, but we got soul.
Yeah.
Stop always fucking waking up every day chasing Bentleys and yeah, I want that shit. I like it all too. But if you can't get a Bentley, a Rolex, and all that, be happy that you got soul and you got a family and you got kids, you got beautiful people you can wake up and look at.
That's right.
You're black, you can sing, you can dance, you can have a good time. We came on slave ships, we still sung, danced. Like we know how to fucking make it. We would drive this earth, not even this country. We would drive the earth, and all people of color, not just black people, all people of color. Like so, I mean, and white people, y'all color too. You get mad, you turn red, you're cold, you're pale, you die. Like so, y'all the color folk, so you color too. Like, come on, man, like cut this shit out.
and to add on, like you know, this black power. You know, being proud of yourself as a black person is necessary to combat white power. It's necessary to combat white pride. When you look up white pride, you know, it says neo-Nazis, white nationalists, white supremacists. The idea of white pride historically has been kill everybody else, torture everybody else, take everybody else's land. The only reason, you know, black people didn't invent racism. The only reason we even have to say we proud to be black. The reason Styles P got to make a record like I'm black. The reason why we have to say black power is to challenge white pride for equality. You know what I'm saying? And when they hear equality, they used to shit being unequal and they used to benefiting from it not being unequal. So it makes a lot of people who are not honest about the history of racism uneasy. They don't want to challenge themselves. So they hear you talking black pride, black power. They hear us feeling good about being black and they feel threatened. You know, because it threatens the whole system that's set up to protect them. So, you know, God bless, you know, all, you know, me and Styles, from me touring with this man, we both got white people in our lives very close to us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But us having white friends and family, that don't mean we can't be racist. We both could be very racist and still keep a white motherfucker around or two. You know what I'm saying? Like, but judge me and Styles by our actions and our deeds. Forget who we hang around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because someone can have a black girlfriend and say that I'm not racist because I have a black girlfriend, and we know you racist. You know what I'm saying? You just fetishize it, like they fetishize the culture, like what he was talking about.
Yeah, that shit is. You can't like. We came over here on ships. We're the poorest. We're the most incarcerated. The cops kill us. Nobody gets arrested. You're not scared of us. You terrorize us, and you're scared that we want revenge. We're a beautiful people. We are soulful people. We actually the most letting go people. Anybody can move in a black neighborhood and be embraced. If you white and you grow up in a black neighborhood, you a nigga. We love you. You came up here. You get the pass. You put a Chinese food in the store. Food we buying. We love it. What's up, Wong? We love you. Salute, shout. We hold it down. Anybody, like, you know what I mean? But it's not the same. So I think white people have to really take the time out and say, and I'm not. You can call me racist if you want. I really wouldn't give a fuck because the oppressor can't call the oppressed racist. It just
that shit only go one way.
That's fucking. That's just stupid. So I mean, we got to, you know, it's real times. Let's just be real.
Shit, man, can y'all stay for a couple of hours, man? Yeah, let's come back. We should do a monthly thing.
For real.
Podcast.
Yeah, let's do it, man. The 7 is the name of the project that they got. It's on iTunes today.
Right.
It's a couple like
we say a lot of these same things, but it's a lot more lyrical and melodic on the album.
It's amazing, man. This is an amazing album, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm like I really sat back and listened to it like 3 different times. You know, since I got it. You know, and
that was last night.
That was last night, and I've listened to it 3 times. In the Field is one of the tracks on the album, and it's kind of a play on the war on the ideology of you got. Slaves who worked the plantations and that were in the fields, and you got the ones that were in the house, the big house. What is being in the field today? What would equate to that today, and what would be in the big house?
That man being on Twitter every day, that man speaking on the shows every day, him living it, him breathing it, us pushing this health the food, like
health is wealth.
Health is like you gotta you can't say you do something and don't all the way do it. Like I see when I seen him, like I say, like to me personally in hip hop, we have 3 for me like people I seen like a lot more, but I say like I've seen Kweli, Killer Mike, and Immortal Technique in places where it's going down. Like holy shit, like what the fuck? That's being there. Like you can find me outside. And I'm going to be talking to a blood or a Crip about the juice and fruit and not going to jail and do, you know. So whatever you're trying to do to help your people, it's about giving it 100%. Not doing it for the gram, not doing it for Twitter, not just doing it when the camera's on and for the images and the reposts. Like a lot of like hip hop charity is like, you know, you see dudes give out a check, and you know. I've been giving out $5 to $10 to $20 to $100 to change, and this. It's about giving your whole without nobody seeing. It's what you do without getting the accolades for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Behind closed doors. Like, but like, this is what he breathes. Like, whether it's 1, 1,000, 10,000, 1,000,000 people in a room. Same with me. Like, you know what I mean? And we got to combine forces to bring it all together for, you know, there's people in my neck of the woods who need to hear Talib but don't know it. There's people in his neck of the woods who need to hear me but don't know it. So we have to combine, and as a people, like, you know what I'm saying, to say we got to get these messages out, whether it's understand what the government's doing, watch what you're reading, pray, eat healthy, stretch, you know, listen to hip hop, but be realistic about yourself. You can't if you can't afford a Civic, don't even think about the Bentley. Just get a job, like, you know what I mean? Just work hard, figure it, like, you know what I mean? So we got to bring a lot of different things to the table and respect where we came from, what the forefathers laid in hip hop.
No doubt.
The
heart is out.
They breathe it. They breathe it. They live it, man. The realest, man. I'm going to play this in the field and take these phone calls, man. 888-742-3345. The 7 in stores now. Talib Kweli, Styles P. That Sway in the morning in the field. Talib Kweli, Styles P. The 7 is available on iTunes today. We're going to go to Portland, Oregon. Chris, what up? Good morning. Good morning, Chris.
Hey,
Chris.
Would you like to go ahead?
How you doing?
What's up, Chris? How's it going, man? Happy Friday.
Hey, how are you this morning?
I'm doing well. What's your comment? Say hello to the fellas, Kweli and Styles P.
Hey, Styles. Hey.
What's up, brother?
Hey, Heather B. Hey, everybody. Tracy.
Hey, love.
And actually, it's Portland, Maine, not Portland, Oregon, but that's okay.
My
Portland,
bad,
Maine.
dog. Portland, Maine.
Hey,
home of the lobster.
Don't worry about it.
Okay,
I
cool.
just wanted to say to you guys that I agree with pretty much 100% of what Styles and Talib are saying about the state of the country right now. But I would say that if we want to go off the premise that we all evolved from the African continent, then we all started as a certain skin color type, and those color types, you know, have taken over their own color types. You know, it's like So when we all started out in the beginning, and it's like if you look at the history of New Zealand, you know, it's like the Maori are not the indigenous population in New Zealand. They took over New Zealand from the prior indigenous population, you know, and that was just, I'm just saying, it's, you know, violence is violence, and it's really a tragedy where we're all at today. But, you know, to say that it's fully perpetuated by just, you know, it started with whites taking over the world is a little far-fetched.
No one said that, though.
Oh, did you? I'm sorry.
No, we said
that.
just
I missed that part. I must have just jumped in the car.
I think you heard the part of me probably saying that mostly everywhere the white man goes, he takes over and takes control.
Right,
that's very correct.
That is absolutely correct in this day and age.
You know what I mean?
No question.
Okay.
I do.
Hey, Chris,
I agree with you 100%.
Get the project. There's a lot of information on the project, too.
I will.
Okay.
Hey, Sway, real quick, I just want to say to you, I know you had Jane Fonda's son on at the end of last year, and he was talking about his time with his grandfather when they filmed on Golden Pond.
Yes.
I got a place on Golden Pond, my friend.
On the Golden Pond. Yes.
On the Golden Pond.
Wow.
The lake that they filmed that on, I got a house there in New Hampshire. I know Heather B. loves
New
Vermont.
Hampshire. Yeah.
I do. I hang out in
and
Vermont.
I know that you guys all need to come to Maine and do a broadcast, because I tell you what, Heather B., there is more good booze and alcohol going on up here right now. More good eats.
Hey, do you follow me on IG?
Sway, I don't do any social media. I wish I did, because I'd have a lot to say to you. And Heather B is one of my favorite people of all time. I got to tell you that.
I love Chris.
Okay, hey man, we got to find a way to follow us.
Find a way to hook up with you,
right.
Chris.
Okay.
Chris,
I know. I'm all about this contest out.
Wait, hold on, Chris. Hold on. Email you where?
email me, Chris, at thehappyhourwithheatherb@gmail.com, and we'll hook up from there, okay? thehappyhourwithheatherb@gmail is all
You're a
spelled
citizen.
out.
You're a citizen.
Sway in the morning.
All right, John from Long Island. Hey, John, how you doing?
John.
Johnny boy.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, John? Thank you for tuning in. I need you to be quick, though. What you want to say?
I'm saying that whoever that dude that was talking about white privilege, man, I'm white. I ain't got shit. I know plenty of black people that are successful. If they want to be successful, they work at it, and there's nothing holding them back. I don't know about all this racist shit.
Well, see, let me cut you off, brother, because what you just said, you don't know about it. You don't know about it because you don't go through it. You're speaking on racism. You don't get oppressed, and you're talking about anecdotal evidence. You're telling us who you personally know, bro. That's what I was just talking about earlier. Your personal anecdotes and your personal life experience, no matter how hard it is not actual fact. We don't even know you. You could be pretending. You could be as rich as a dude who just called from on Golden Pond protecting white supremacy. You could be as rich as that dude, but we don't really know. But look, if you going through life struggles, right? White privilege doesn't guarantee that your life will never be hard, bro. It just means that you have a better chance to statistics of succeeding in the world. It means that whatever you go through that's hard, whether it's police abuse, whether it's being poor, whether it's whatever you go through, if you're black, it'll be 10 times worse. And for
facts, bro.
And
fucking facts,
for real,
brother.
And for you to call up here and try to explain what racism is to black people who actually face it is what a lot of people who listen to hip-hop shows like Sway in the Morning, a lot of people who claim to be fans like my man Chris, shout out to Chris who called earlier, but Chris really called to protect white supremacy. And now you're calling to protect white supremacy. Nobody was talking to Chris. Nobody was talking to you. Nobody was talking to y'all. We talking about, let me finish, bro. Let me finish, because I'm not going to let you call up here and explain racism. I'm not going to let you do that. I'm black. I go through racism. As a matter of fact, not only am I black, I study critical race theory. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever been to a college and read a book on critical race theory? What do you even know about racism, bro? You don't know shit about racism. Don't ever in your life try to silence people of color when they telling you they experience. We are older than you. I could tell from your voice. I'm older than you. I've been around the world more times than you. I'm more experienced than you. And you talk about something you don't go through. Next caller.
John, all right. John, is he still there? John, thanks for your call, man. You're a citizen, brother. All right.
Fuck that shit, man. Yeah. I get that shit on Twitter all day, man. These white motherfuckers, these racist white motherfuckers be in their feelings. They be in their feelings. That's why he said facts. We be up here talking facts about the state of the world. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has a privilege. All of us in the room, we sitting up here in America. We sitting in America. We got Hot Pockets. We got coffee. We watch The Simpsons. We got the best TV in the world, the best movies. We are privileged. Everybody in this room has more privilege than someone who lives in a poor nation. So we have American privilege. Everyone in this room. Us as men, we have male privilege. There's doors that open for us, things that we go through that women don't get. Y'all as women, I don't know if y'all straight, whatever. If you straight, you got straight privilege. If you got both hands, you got able privilege. Everybody has a privilege. And if you don't recognize your privilege and you just feel triggered and threatened by somebody else standing up for themselves, then you really adding on to the problem. You know what I'm saying?
You are the problem.
You are the problem.
Like it's just stupid because you can't name. We couldn't, if we say let's count on our hands, how many white cops shot black kids? We couldn't. You need extra hands. Now, if you say, let's count on your hands how many black cops shot a white kid and didn't go to jail, that's not a number. That's pretty simple and plain, brother. Think about it like that. You don't wake up in the morning and you don't even tell your son, when you go outside, them black cops might kill you. As a white man, you don't say that. As a black man, I tell my black son, be careful with your little black ass when you're around them white cops and them black cops. Be careful. You might get killed. That's the difference. That's the fucking big difference right there.
Let me just add this. 96% of the top 1% in the world is white. That is on purpose. There are they talk about, there are no there's no real black team owners. There's 12 black billionaires on the planet. 12. Out of all the billionaires in the world, only 12 of them are black.
How many, do you know how many is in the world?
About 40.
And 12 of them are black?
Yeah, 12. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about white privilege, it's a privilege to be seen as someone who probably has money. Like, you talk about if somebody white go through hardship, you put on a suit, you have a better chance of getting a job than I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many things in society that's set up for you to
Somebody
benefit
got a
from.
better job. If his name is Mike something and your name is Talib, he has a better job. That you might not even get seen when they see Talib Kweli on the app. And that's where the country's so fucked up, is where people want to be blind to it and they just want to ignore it, be blind to it. What it really is accept the fact. Because it's hard to accept the fact when something fucked up happened. And to say, yo, my grandparents, my great-grandparents did some fuck shit and it was fucked up and horrible. Don't make excuses over it. It happened. It happened. Like, it happens in other races too with other shit. Yeah. But admit it, see what happened, and, like, just respect it.
Talib Kweli, ladies and gentlemen. Styles P.
Yo.
We got Jay Farrell coming up. I have him on hold, so I'm gonna have to bring him in.
Jay the homie. Me and Jay had a shared an experience at the White House.
Oh, let's bring him in.
He's in the front. Yeah. He's walking back right now.
Oh, we gonna talk about that. But and y'all mind hanging out?
I'm here.
They got other. We
got another thing, but
what time was your other thing? Now?
Act like I'm the one who knows it.
Oh, sorry. All right, well, I'm going to play the song Brown Guys.
That's a good one to play right now.
Yeah, that's the you know. This is Brown Guys. Listen to the lyrics.
Shout out to all my white guys out there. Don't
we
feel
love
away.
You still.
Don't feel away.
The second.
I am a brown guy.